Man,
We
we
are
are live.
live on camera.
And as the song that Megan turned us on to the band Non-Point, um, "Still Alive and Kicking" is the name of the song. So that would be this. We're still alive and kicking. We're just a hair. We're 8 minutes late, but no problemo there. Holy moly! Damn, Tuesday. So we're on Tuesday, which is a bit strange.
What's
But
strange
I think
about that? Oh yeah, it's kind of a stray from our normal day.
it is. Tuesday is not normal. Tuesday is abnormal. Um, but I sent the feelers out
Oops,
on little
didn't mean to do all
strobe action.
that.
I think you're doing Daft Punk. That was like a Daft Punk effect.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I temporarily broke my computer. That's
I
okay.
think it was Daft Punk. I think it was an effect you were using.
All right. I'm on here now. I'm focused. I was futzing, Phil. I'm not gonna lie to you. And my camera is dying on me.
Acting up.
Yeah.
Is it you think a charging thing?
Epilepsy warning. I am so sorry.
Yeah, epilepsy warning for sure.
No, it's
It
just
looks
glitching
cool
out.
as shit, dude. The visuals pretty cool.
Let me unplug you. Hold on.
I wish I could smoke pot, and then that would be more fun.
Right, yeah, as one would do.
Word comments. We'll get people. Oh, there's three on. Oh my gosh, look at this. Nick might be joining. I'm not sure. It would be Nick from work, and just so you know, everybody, what shows up as a what shows up? Jorge's on. Jorge, dude, Jorge rocks. Um, turns out, I think I heard other than some other sports from his native land, he's some fucking world class bowler, like bowling. I think. Jorge, is that true? Thank God it's podcast Tuesday. And Jorge, just say that do you bowl and were you good? That's kind of, but I heard it like very vaguely in the background from I think Mark and company. Maybe I don't think so. Okay, all right, we'll go with that. All right, they're plugging in. Um, Will was with us, and Joey was. Joey's totally on, ready to go. Where's the once we get the B guy, we'll be set. I have this other light. It's really interesting. These lights, that really freaking like, but unfortunately, the light's like kind of in my face, so I can't really use this. But that really brightens it up, but we don't need that. Oh yeah, this is more than adequate. Okay, we're gonna bring to the stage, to the performance and stage, Mr. William Baglin,
Thank you. Thank you.
and 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 I think William is the offensive line coach for this guy.
Howdy,
Kablam!
howdy.
All right, he's got it. I'm gonna go full screen here. I'm sorry with the comments. I'm gonna be going full screen. Jorge,
I'll have
so Jorge's on, and
I'm gonna have the comments up too. So
and I think Nick. I
It's
think.
no, Phil. That's Nick Marin. That's who he interviewed.
Oh my gosh, Nick! Thanks for joining. Oh my gosh. Okay, that makes sense because otherwise it didn't make sense. All right, I'm gonna go full screen, and we're gonna kick this mofo off. Wow.
So guys, it's a little bit of a different topic and different format this week because we said this in the last episode, but we'll say it again just for clarity. So me and Joey are going on a cruise next week, so we won't be here. So we decided that Joey wanted to be on the pod this week, and we have some later on in the week commitments. So
Mhm.
Tuesday worked best for us. So we said we're doing a Tuesday show. It's unprecedented, never done before.
Unprecedented.
So Joey's on the first Tuesday show there's ever been. Joey. So if anybody who's watched this podcast before knows me and my relationship with Joey, I fucking hate this guy. He's the worst. And I hate him as I hate him as my superior coach. I hated him as my same level coworker. And honestly, he's not a great friend either. But that's all right because Joey, you know, he's got a wonderful house. He's got an okay wife, and
Laura, holy shit, Laura!
Don't tell Laura I said that. She's gonna rip my head off. Just kidding, Laura. You're the best. You're the best.
Hey, she might throw you overboard.
I don't even think she's watching right now. Yeah.
Thank God, because if she heard that, it would be bad. It was all jokes, But anyways, yeah, this is the Joey that we've talked about since probably the first episode, and today he's excited to share with us his passion for modern day rap music by explaining something that happened some years ago between the popular rapper Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know who that is, I suggest you culture yourselves. Even Phil knows who they are, and Phil's a 63-year-old man. So
I do now.
Yeah, as of today, but still, he knows who they are.
Oh
So it should be a good one. It's gonna be interesting. That like this. So this happened a while ago. However, to inform Phil's masses, we wanted to talk about it because it's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny. There's like funny stuff to be said about it. So
Will, you can keep going. This is still the introduction, mind you, but please set it up. Yeah. So there'll be the intro, and then the shoot the shit, and then the feature, which will be Joey telling his notes. So Joey, you got at least 15 minutes before your
we're good.
Your detail. Yeah.
So okay. So let me stick to the sheet here. I'm getting a little off fucking routine.
He's kind of pumped up.
So I am pumped up, Phil, because every single day is a day closer to sipping on booze in the Bahamas. But anyways, another note here is this episode will be the end of season 2. This is season 2 of our podcast series. We're gonna talk to the producer company, see if we can get renewed for season 3. But we you know, money's tight. But this is the end of season 2. Our seasons make no sense. There's no relation between any of them. Right. But this is the end of our own categorized season 2.
It is.
So,
it is.
Round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Phil, Joey, take it away.
Well,
we're taking away with shoot the shit, right?
Well, we will. It's still the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joey Garcia in the flesh.
Introduce yourself.
All right. I am Joey Garcia. I guess we're doxing full names. I was Cube Dudes with these two knuckleheads. Sadly, I've moved on to greener pastures, but before I did that, I took Will to be my offensive line coach as a JV head coach of a high school football team. So we still get to see each other. That's wonderful. I get to see Phil while watching these podcasts and commenting in the comment section. So and of course we keep our group chat going. So that's
very
really
cool.
that's it. Oh, I've been listening to rap music since 2003.
Right.
That time. So
yeah. Yep. So Joey, 2003 probably represents junior high for him, and yeah, my God,
2003 was kindergarten.
Holy shit! You got a cool dad. Movie's cool as shit. If you were listening to rap in primary, early primary years, holy crap!
Yeah, so we're Nelly and all that.
Nelly.
Yep.
We're already up to 4. My prediction is so I'm going to put a 5 spot
Hold on.
on. I think we'll get to 12 live.
Time out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you keep talking in a second, Phil. But Nick, your boy Nick, in the comments section, just throwing shade, talking about he's gonna put belt to ass on Titusville JV football.
Oh my gosh, I see that.
I don't know if Will told you, but you're part of Titusville JV football.
Yes, he is. Nick is going to be our cameraman.
But Will, that's your friend. So belt to ass on the JV team, you might want to defend that.
Well, you see, Nick. Well, a little background about Nick actually. So he makes music and that's all great and all. But growing up, Nick actually was a multi-athlete. He played basketball and football and was like ranked in the state. Not to give him too much bragging rights, but like he was pretty good at football.
Yeah.
So I could see him putting together a squad. I couldn't see them beating JV Titusville football.
Nah, we got some guys on that one, and we got the best JV coaching staff in Brevard County. I'll say that.
Damn.
I believe that. I believe
all
that.
All right, Nick. If you're gonna steal our film, you're not allowed to come out and film.
I believe this wholeheartedly. Even though the first game is going to be against Rockledge, I really have more allegiance to you guys than I do the Rockledge team because Brooke graduated from there like 4 years ago. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're a Ville kid now, so you're good. You're rocking with
Yeah.
Ville.
Oh my gosh. What a cool, and still the intro. Intro drags on a little bit. And then the shit thing is going to be really cool. Cool. All right, Nick, thanks for joining. We interviewed Nick on an episode, and it turns out he's this insane freaking rapper that has his own stuff and was playing his videos. It was fucking killer. I met Nick when Will and I went to see Supervillains at West End Trading Company. And so I meet Nick and we're hanging. Never once did it come up that Nick was like this pretty awesome fucking content creator and rapper. And it was like cool as shit. And I didn't find out about it until we interviewed him weeks and weeks, a month or two later. I was blown away. All right. So much for that. Yo, thanks, Phil Bruck. Cool. Okay, I got to go full screen, so I'm not going to look at comments for a little bit. Boom.
Quick side note.
Go ahead.
Is it raining in Rockledge, Titusville area? Because it is like sideways rain over here right now. Like it is bad.
No, not in Titusville.
Sunny. Will, sunny and warm.
It is not great here. So I'll just make a quick little interjection that there's a chance sometimes when it rains really bad here, I can lose power for like a multi-second. So might drop out if that happens. But I think it's passing over me pretty quickly. So
Joey, that's that Palm Bay crew there with the power.
Yeah.
90%.
The power grid is ran by like fucking goats on a treadmill or something, man. Like we're running on fucking archaeological power over here.
I mean, I can't say much because I'm literally on a hotspot right now because for some reason my Wi-Fi, which is literally right there, it's not working. I'm choppy, so I'm running on a hotspot for right now.
But it's oh wow, but it's working great right now. So let's step into the shoot the shit section.
Woo! Great intro.
Only 15 minutes.
Shoot the shit. Will and Joey, and then I go last. Will, you're first. Wrote down Miami, and you went to the Marlins game.
Yeah. So this past weekend, I spent a weekend in Miami
And you can't drink during this whole thing, by the way.
He's got his glass right there.
Yeah, I've got the Ardbeg. I don't know if you guys can actually read it. Is it backwards?
Yeah, no, we can see it. We can read it.
Okay. Is it backwards for you or no?
No.
Whiskey is clear?
It's a Scotch. So it's a 10-year Scotch. I got it for my dad for Father's Day, thinking because he likes. So sorry, Will. I'm gonna cut you off and start talking. He likes Johnny Walker, but he likes Red Label. I thought he also dabbled in Black Label, which Red Label is a little bit sweeter of like fruity notes, and then Black Label is more of like a smoky peat flavor. And so
I got a Black Label sitting over here.
This is very similar to it, but it's a little bit more of a high ticket item, I guess. But it's still pretty cheap. So I got it for him for Father's Day. I watched him choke down one glass, and he was like, "I can't do it. It's terrible." So I just had Laura try it. Laura said it tastes like chemicals, and asked if you're actually allowed to drink that. So,
well, she still drinks your Scotch regardless. So
she does, yeah. So I thought she'd like
the high end bourbons.
Yeah, she drinks the high end bourbons, but I guess she doesn't like Scotch. So at least we know what she likes. So
super cool.
Anyways, fuck you, Joey. So I'm gonna go ahead and start talking again. Oh, look who it is.
Defend. Look at her looking badass. Laura, you look
isn't
badass.
she supposed to be cleaning a room of the house right now?
She's badass.
Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble. Stop.
and by the way, that was not me making a woman joke. They're actually cleaning up the house before they go to.
Will said, "Aren't you supposed to be cleaning a room of the house right now?"
I did that today, William. I did my duties as the housewife.
Good.
Laura,
good.
Laura, say hi. Say hi.
Say hello.
Hello.
Woo! All right.
Yeah, Laura's a bass player and an orchestra director of a school, so pretty cool.
Hey, is that Fifi? Is that Fifi?
That's Fifi Fretless. Fifi Fretless.
Fifi Fretless.
Let's say hi.
Little side note.
Joey, this will be a first. Please let her. Yeah. That's so cool.
Come here. Good girl.
Yeah.
She doesn't like being picked up, but we'll see what I can do. Good girl. Hi, come here. I got you.
Probably it's like 45 pounds.
All right. Good girl.
Wow. How
so a little
cool.
side note about Fifi Fretless. That was when me and Joey actually went and saw Laura. Laura does performances all over Brevard, like different shows and stuff, because she's a performer, musical instrumentalist. Yeah. And she did a show in Coco, Rock of Ages, where she played a character, had to wear a wig and stuff. It was kind of funny, but it was really good. Really, really good show. So we're just gonna put that out there.
Wow.
But
shout out to the local
theaters, local arts. They're great around here.
And performances. Yeah.
They had James Spida as a lead, who's also the singer of Hot Pink in Brevard. So that was great. That was a great little show. But anyways, before Joey
go ahead.
Rudely interrupted me like he always does. So guys, when I tell you that Joey's a piece of, I don't have to finish that sentence. This is the kind of stuff he does all the time.
I spit for the first time. I'm sorry.
Ever? Damn. Anyways. So yeah, this past weekend I was in Miami, saw the Marlins game. We won. Let's go Fins. Well, Fins is a different Fighting Fish. Let's just say that. It was great. Went to a little house party down there too. That was great.
Madonna. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hung out with Madonna.
Yeah.
And just played like a lot of video games. It was a really chilling time. I wanted to be here because I know, Phil, you went to see something on Sunday, right? And I assume you will talk about that in this section, but I didn't get to go to that. But
I was invited big time.
So that's what I done recently.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
My shoot the shit section involves well, before I go on to my little section about Brooke and her performance up in Valdosta this weekend, there's an announcement. And shoot the shit also includes like announcements in news. Clive Davis passed away. So Clive Davis was a producer. He was first noticed and noted as signing Janis Joplin back in like 68, 69. He signed Janis Joplin. But with that said, she would have been signed anyway. But eventually, like sooner than later, if it wasn't Clive Davis, somebody else would have signed her. But Clive Davis went on to produce mega freaking, and it's music that we typically, but however, on the radio back then, when I'll fast forward to Whitney Houston, and Clive Davis signed Whitney Houston, and
Wow.
and a lot of other bands before that. In between Janis and Whitney, he signed like Clive Davis was the biggest producer of talent that showed up in the 70s and 80s and probably the 90s.
Rest in peace, Clive Davis. It's all right though. It's all right because we still have Metro Boomin. We're okay.
That's right.
He's still
I
alive.
think he led a wonderful life. I think he was close to 90 years old, so he died of old age. So that's good.
So really quickly on the topic of Miami sports,
Yes.
I saw that Nick and I
Yep.
think it was just Nick talked about the Giannis trade. So Phil,
Yep.
you're not aware of this, but I will make you aware of it. A big thing just happened in the NBA. One of the greatest Milwaukee Bucks players of all time, Giannis Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek
Very good.
Freak,
Very
has
good.
now been traded to the Miami Heat, and
Mm.
people have been wanting him to come to Miami for some years now.
About
But
Wow.
it was either a conflict of interest with the Bucks or Giannis. He didn't want to come. They didn't want to get rid of him. But I think after last year, they kind of had enough. They both kind of mutually agreed that it'd be better. They went their separate ways.
Yeah.
So he has now entered into the 305.
Yep.
And opinions, Miami is going to need a lot more than Giannis to win a championship. But I mean,
Wow.
I think we gave up a lot, but I don't necessarily think we're in the water. That's kind of my
Right.
opinion on that.
Your biggest issue is you have like 5 players on roster right now, and really not that much cap space to work with. On top of the 3 first-round picks, but
Yeah.
I don't think you guys super overpaid. Again, I don't think this is what makes you a championship contender, but I was okay with the trade on both ends. Giannis wanted out. Bucks had to do something. They got a couple good pieces and then some picks. Like they've got the 13th pick tonight. So tonight's the NBA draft, by the way. So they did it
Oh
right
my
before that.
gosh.
So they've got the 10th and 13th pick. I don't know if they'll use them on players or if they'll try to trade up. I think they don't really have the roster spot to take 2 players there, but if they want to, they can.
Right.
I think they probably trade up, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's on tonight. That's in
Wow.
30 minutes, I think, is when it
NBA.
starts. Yeah. So
My only claim
yeah,
to
G League guys, sure,
to
Jorge.
what is it?
Giannis, Bam, and a bunch of G League guys. That's what they'll have to go with.
G League is like AAA or AA for NBA.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
So he's
exactly.
basically saying we'll sign some shittier guys, pair them up with the superstars, and hope we do well.
I think Jorge said was closest to basketball, and he coached basketball
Yes,
today.
that is
Like-
a true statement. He did coach
Wow.
professional basketball back in Puerto Rico.
Oh my god, that's so cool, Jorge! You rock, dude. And you're freaking an Adonis. It should make statues of you, and
Yeah,
I
you're
think
an Adonis.
it would sell well.
Como se dice the GOAT? You know what I mean? Or hey, you get that one.
Yep.
My boy.
Let me grab. I have to grab a program here to do my little segment on Brooke and what we saw Saturday. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah. While you guys do that,
You guys talk.
we'll talk. So, my weekend was good.
What did you do this weekend? Actually, I don't think I asked.
I hung out with my grandfather for Father's Day. I went to my dad's house, swam in the pool. Uh, what did I do this week?
Did you get that
Saturday.
suit?
Yeah, I got fitted. I got fitted for the suit on Friday. So it was good stuff. Stuff that needed to get done. I watched some episodes of Blue Lock and Death Note. So that was good. Watched a little
I gotta
anime.
watch some stuff, man.
Yep.
I'm just gonna be so
Yeah, Blue
busy
Lock.
now.
Oh, and I watched the World Cup. I watched a little bit of Spain, but we were trying to swim at the same time. So we watched the first like 7, 8 minutes, got in the pool, pulled it back up around like the 50th minute, and Spain's up 4-0. So I'm like, all right, we're good. We don't got to watch any more of that. So, oh, did we do that Friday too? Yeah, Friday we watched. Me and Laura watched. Was that Friday? Yeah, we watched the USA game against Australia, and that was
When
fun.
I was coming back up Sunday night to Melbourne,
Yeah.
it was funny because I looked at my maps and I just wanted to see how long it was gonna take me. I know the drive, but I look at my map and it says on the map route it says World Cup 2026, and I'm
Ah,
like, where is this taking me? Like, why does it
good.
say
'Cause
that?
there was a game in Miami, right?
There was a game in Miami, and I guess like the route, like to go, I take the Florida Turnpike over to I-95, and to get to the Hard Rock Stadium, you have to go up through the Turnpike. So I guess it was telling me like the World Cup is like on that route if I wanted to
Ah,
stop there or something. But yeah, it was Uruguay versus Cape Verde, and
Uruguay.
I drove right past the game. I don't know if it was still going on by the time I drove past it. It might have just ended or what, like was
Yeah.
ending.
mhm.
But that was kind of interesting. I didn't
What
like
time did
know
you
they were playing there.
What time did you drive past? Because that game was on. I think it started around 5
These guys are
Eastern time.
sports
It
experts.
was like 7:30 by the time
Okay.
I went past the stadium.
Yeah, so it would have
So
just been ending basically. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. But it was funny because Laura actually texted me on Friday, and she's
See?
like,
Yeah.
she goes, hey, what are you doing tonight? Like, I'm trying to get Joey out of the house, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Laura, I'm 3 hours south. I'm already in Miami.
It's
Like,
she's
I'm
because she's locked down with summer break. She's having that lock-in fever, you know.
yeah.
She wants to get out the house.
I just thought that was funny because I'm like, dude, I'm 250 miles south. Like, I'm not hanging out with you guys. Like, that ain't happening right now.
Right.
Laura's locked out.
Yeah,
Not for long. The cruise is coming.
she's locked in, man. Yeah.
That
That's
was going to be your guys. I have to find here. This will
Yeah.
have to do. So, oh my gosh, guys. So these two guys and Joey had done a podcast about sports in the past. He has let me know.
Countdown
And,
Scouting Network.
Yeah.
Liable to start back up.
I think so, depending on how work gets, but I think so.
There
And
might
how
be a
head
reboot.
coaching gig goes, but yeah.
Right. Depending on how the coaching gig goes and the new job goes.
Yep.
And if the new job throttles, downshifts into third, where you go, you know what? I'm ready to start this shit back up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sipping on a wonderful Pinot Noir from California.
Nice.
It's quite wonderful. At Aldi's, and it's not expensive at all. Holy crap!
Yeah, I love Aldi's wine.
Oh my god, I do. So
Tell us about your weekend, Phil.
Yeah, tell us about Valdosta, Georgia, because that's where Phil was.
So so I had the best Father's Day weekend, and I'm saying weekend, not just Father's Day, but it was Saturday and Sunday. The best one that I can remember since 12 years ago or something. We were in St. Augustine, or 14 years ago, where Brooke was younger and Zach came down. That was really special. This equates to that, but Beck and I went to Valdosta to see Brooke in two musicals. They have a thing. I was looking for the program, and of course, I think it's at work, so I don't have that in front of me. But it's It's like Valdosta, Sunshine State, Peach State. I was corrected outside the door here. Thank you, bud. Peach State, Peach State Theater summer thing at Valdosta State University in Valdosta. And so Saturday, so not only do you see a musical, you see two musicals. You see, and of course, without that program, I'm kind of stumped here, but I have a bunch of notes, of course. They did Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. They did that, and then there was the babe. What was the other one? Well, I have the tickets here, so I know. Hang on. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. That was the one. And then the other one was Anything Goes. So there were two. And oh my gosh. So Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat was first at 2:00. Mind you, this Saturday, the same fucking day. So mind you, she's also getting paid for this. So this is her first paid. She did get paid for Vieira High School to choreograph a thing back in her high school days. That was her first paid thing. But this is her first real thing where she's a performer and getting paid because they pay the performers on stage and the technical the crew that's running the thing and the orchestra. Joey, there's an orchestra. It's 11 piece orchestra with 12 is the conductor, the director. And oh my gosh. So here's my note sheet for her thing. So we talked the next morning on Sunday, and she was on the phone, and she did come by and saw us after that, but she called first to come to breakfast. But I said, when did you start singing soprano? Because I always thought of her as like an alto register. And she said, and so she waited till she got to the hotel there with Becca and I and explained that she is mezzo soprano. She's mezzo soprano technically, but does soprano and can do soprano. And of course, they all want to, and mezzo soprano. But she said she takes the alto spots because most of the female singers prefer to pass that up. And she's like, I'll do it. And back in at the Cocoa Village, Joey, where Laura plays all the time. Most of the things she did there was alto, and Will, you remember all these cues there, these terms, if you will. So anyway, we had a great discussion Sunday after we saw the two things Saturday, and I was just asking her, like, when did this happen? And she said, well, Dad, we've been doing this and you've been paying for me to go to this school, and they have great vocal coaches. She's had a vocal coach since she got there. And then, so it was insane. Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, in that play, that was she was featured most, other than the other versus the other in that musical. She was a snake charmer. So there was one scene comes out and it's kind of in slow motion. They come out and she's like the last of the three people that come out on stage, and it's just kind of like full vibe, slow, and they sit down, and Brooke's got a basket with her, and they sit down, and as the song progresses, a cobra comes out of the basket, right? Snake charmer, and Brooke's doing the whole thing. It's her basket, it's her hand doing the cobra, and it freaks everybody out. She was a snake charmer. She was a cheerleader. She was a Ismailite, and she was Reuben's wife. And there were times, yeah, there were times during the thing where kind of later in the thing, kind of towards the end, she's up and there's levels, right, to these performances. There's
levels to this shit.
There's levels like vertically. There's levels. Yeah. And so, bottom line, my best thing I could do was show a picture of that, and I do have it. Although my battery's getting low. So I try as hard as you try. Okay, here we go. And I sent that to them.
To who? To us?
Maybe, but I think I sent it to Brooke and Beck.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything.
Well, this was the end. But I want to capture. Who did the fuck did I send that to? It's a neat one because it shows the Egyptian stuff. The second one, you would think like, hey, they're just in street clothes, but the colors are really cool and it's a great picture. But I sent that to. Will, remind me.
I don't own your phone. I don't fucking know.
Well, it's actually on my pictures. So give me a second here.
That's also a good place to check. Yeah.
I should have been more, but anyway, this and of course the phone doesn't come across well because it blurs out. But essentially, this was the kind of the little thing that showed up for the one. But anyway, that isn't like anyway. That was Anything Goes. That was the second one we saw that night, 7:00. And then Cole Porter did the music to that. The other amazing guy did the sound for. Sorry, I'm not more prepared for this.
That's just regular old Phil.
Butts and Phil.
Futz and Phil.
I know we have this picture. I have a bunch of pictures of Element 7 from Sunday.
And those, he knows exactly where they are.
Well, they were just first. Plus, my whole thing with my pictures totally changed. Had a complete AI fucking redapt, like where we had a total fucking Patrick thing where it's just completely been revamped, and in this shit that was there for like 7 years in one place is different now. That happened yesterday.
Yep, those updates will get you.
So I'm going to leave it at that. I can't show pictures. You saw the TikTok. So she was all of that, and there was a song called Grovel in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and Brooke did this vocal thing with the lead lady, and it was super cool. It wasn't until the end of this piece, or halfway through it, where I realized Brooke was doing the first grovel, and then the lead lady who was right next to her was doing the main grovel vocal thing. And it wasn't until it was that bit, the song kept going. Becky leaned over and said, "Brooke's doing the precursor to her delayed," and it was delayed like uh, Joey, Laura would appreciate the timing of this. It was some bizarre, like Peter Gabriel, like staggered vocal. And of course, this thing's going on. I'm like, who's doing the thing before the main lady? And it was Brooke, who was right next to her, but it was far enough away where you couldn't tell.
Sounds good, man.
Okay, so that was my rundown, but the performances were phenomenal. It was incredible. Oh my gosh. Did that drag out forever? Not too long, 10 minutes or so.
10 to 12 minutes, something like that.
Bill,
No, it's
you
good
just,
though.
No
just
pictures,
talked for a whole
no
NFL
program.
quarter, man.
But
no
good.
pictures. Go ahead.
Talk her up, man.
You
She's
you
doing
just
great
talked
things.
for a full NFL quarter, man. A quarter of football just got played. A guy
Yep.
just died out on that field. He broke his arm at the time you finished that story.
All right, second quarter. What's that? Is
Second
it
quarter
Drake
now,
and
man. We got to
Kendrick?
rally.
Timeout and all that. Oh, not timeout for the injury stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're getting it. Maybe you can come out to some of our games.
Yeah.
Phil, okay, really quickly, before Drake and Kendrick, Phil, I got to teach you a couple things right now.
I'm going to be next to Diesel with the milk jug. I'm going to be shaking shit.
Yes.
and
The
going,
Banana Man. The
this
Banana
guy,
the Banana Man.
I'm going to be out there like rocking it.
Yeah, so
But go
for
ahead.
JV, he doesn't go to James, so you can be
Right.
the Banana Man for JV. You know?
Bam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going. Well,
Phil, two things. When we're on defense, you make as much noise as you can.
Yep.
Okay? Much noise as you can. You want to fuck that other team up with the noise. Okay?
distract them.
But
Distract
when we're on offense, I'm calling the plays, and you know how my brain is super slow, so I need as little noise as possible.
That's the other thing. When
Gotcha.
we're on offense, no noise until after the play is over. All right?
Gotcha.
Hugo, my boy Hugo, hello.
Hugo's on.
Yeah, my boy Hugo. I subbed in a couple players, so Hugo's in.
Cool.
That's my guy. That's Cholo gang. Cholo
All
gang.
right.
Never forget, man. Never forget.
Hugo, thanks for joining. Cool. All right. And you just happen to be in the football segue?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. He's more of a rugby and football guy, but he dabbles in some football as well. American football. Yep.
Jorge wanted to be brought in. So that could be done.
But we
Jorge,
don't.
I could probably do that, but Jorge, we'll save that for a little bit. We'll let Joey start on the feature here shortly.
We don't want
Coming
Jorge
up.
to get into trouble.
That's right. Yeah.
I think he might only have a green card. But
Bam. Okay.
Burn. All right.
Jorge, man, he's got it going on. And let's face it.
Isn't he just so hot? I know that's the next thing you're about to say. How hot Jorge is. He's just the hottest guy around.
I think most people would think that, especially the female clientele.
Laura said. So Laura wanted to jump in on a comment and said if Jorge came on, we'd have to bring in a translator as well.
Yeah, that might have to do it. So Hugo's saying I look like an immigrant. You're only half wrong, but I was definitely born in the States. So let's not get that twisted, brother.
Hugo, I love you. You're my boy. You also look like an immigrant, though, so you can't say he looks more like one. But that's my dog, though. Hugo comes out to a lot of our football games as well, and supports us. So
Okay, so
Yep.
he's not he's not one of your players. He's
No. He's a friend
Ragnar.
from he's a friend from high school. So
Oh wow, cool.
yep.
You go. Thanks for joining.
Yes, and have a bear-tastic day.
So my predictions of you guys should have taken me up on the $5 bet because we by no means have hit
know.
like 4 or 5 even.
I know it's
I was
crazy.
predicting like it was gonna bust a move thing. It was
Yeah.
12 people.
I also did a bad job letting people know that we are doing one tonight. So it's a
Oh.
little bit my fault on top of it's also my fault that we moved it to
Joey.
Tuesday instead of Wednesday, but we're
Joey.
gonna get it going. Yeah.
Joey, in Will's lingo, fuck them all.
There we go.
Probably what I would say along those lines. Didn't have to say it, but I would probably say that.
Okay.
All right.
So I think we got some beef to envelop here.
That's right. Okay. So the Drake and Kendrick beef. We'll start with a little bit of background before we start getting into what happened. So I'm sure you're familiar with Drake. So Drake is a Canadian rapper, but he's also into the pop side. He's into hip hop. So he's very well known. He's probably one of the top hip hop artists right now in the world, other than like Bob Booney and stuff like that. But
maybe ever, to be honest with you.
honestly, it could be ever. So you have him on one hand, and you have Kendrick Lamar, who's like a West Coast rapper, super lyrical. He really just sticks with rap storytelling and lyrics behind everything. And so those are the two guys right there. Not as well known or world renowned as Drake, but he's still a very high end rapper. So those are our two main players in this. There's a few more players that we'll get to as we get into it, but around the 2013 timeframe, when both of them were really, Kendrick was starting to really get big at this point, and Drake was already big, and what was it? So basically, what kind of started the beef was around 2013 when I think it was Big Sean, on Big Sean's song "Control," Kendrick had a verse, and basically in the verse he said something about he named 6 or 7 rappers that are at the top of the game right now, saying that he can compete with them, he's going to be better than them, he's going to be bigger than them in the end of the day.
Wow.
And so that kind of kicked it off where Drake's like, you're not really going to compete with me. But they just, after that, throughout the next decade, they kind of just did a few sneak disses and songs towards each other, which for the people that don't know, Phil, and maybe some of your audience, a sneak diss is when you write a lyric in a rap song. You can even do it really in any song. You write a lyric that is about somebody, but you don't name them. So you just kind of hint at who you're talking about. So they did some back and forth sneak disses here and there, and then there was a song that came out in 2023. First Person Shooter is what it was called. It's Drake's song. He had J. Cole on it, which J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar, have all done songs together. But in this song, First Person Shooter, it's Drake's song. J. Cole on his verse says, that there's a big 3 in the rap game right now. It's Kendrick, J. Cole himself, and I already said Kendrick. So Drake, Kendrick, and then J. Cole, saying that, hey, we're the big 3 in the rap game right now, which is fine. Except at this point, Kendrick does not like Drake. He likes J. Cole. Him and J. Cole are cool. J. Cole's also, J. Cole, Alberto loves J. Cole. I like J. Cole, but he's more of like a love everyone type person. So he doesn't have a problem with Drake. He doesn't have a problem with Kendrick. Kendrick's like, no, I'm not on the same. I'm way above Drake. So, when is this now? So that was.
I'm starting to take notes now, J. Cole.
Yep. Yeah. So J. Cole really kind of started it with that lyric, where he said that there's a big 3, and then. So a song by Future called "Like That" came out just I think it was a few months after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was about 6 months after. And Kendrick was a secret feature on there. He's not listed in the song, but he has a verse on that song where he says, "Fuck the big 3, it's just big me." Saying, you cannot compare me to Drake, you can't compare me to J. Cole. I'm the best in the rap game. So this was 2014, beginning of 2014, around March.
Uh,
And so that's what really got it kicked off. So they already were doing some sneak dissing. And then in
Right.
2024, that happened. Drake said he's going to go back after him. J. Cole's like, yeah, I'm going to go after him as well. Trying to just do like a little, oh, yeah, we're going to do a little rap beef. It's going to boost all our numbers. So after that, J. Cole does a song called 7 Minute Drill on one of his, what is it called? It's like a mixtape. On a mixtape, not an album, but it's a mixtape where he kind of goes at Drake a little bit, goes at Kendrick. Kendrick calls him up and is like, hey, dude, get out of this beef. It's not between me, you, and him. This is not fun and games. This is real shit we're talking about right now. Delete the song. So he's like, he bows out. Literally, I think it was a week later, bows out, takes the song down. At one of his tours, he gets up on stage and is like, you know, saying, oh, I apologize for putting that out, that kind of stuff. So you can't find the song anymore. Because Kendrick's like, no, this is we're going to war over this, right? So then Drake about a month later after the Like That, where Kendrick says, you know, fuck the big three, it's just big me. Drake comes out with a song called Push Ups, and the next day drops another song called Tailor Made Freestyle on Instagram only. It's nowhere else, it's just on Instagram. And so these big two, we'll talk about these big two songs. We'll talk about Tailor Made Freestyle first. That was an AI song where he AI Tupac's voice, Tupac Shakur, who's
back then? I was in
No, no.
2024. This was happening.
this was 2024.
Right.
He made a song with an AI Tupac.
Wow.
Which Tupac, like Kendrick loves Tupac. Kendrick's a West Coast rapper. Tupac was a West Coast rapper. You know, he's dead now and everything like that.
Allegedly.
So yeah, we can get into that on another episode. But so he basically he knew how much Kendrick idolized Tupac, used his voice, and was making fun of Tupac on that song. So that pissed off Kendrick. But then Drake also dropped Push Ups before that, making fun of Kendrick's alleged deal with his music studio, basically saying it's a 50-50 split, where basically he's saying he's got a bad deal where everything he makes he doesn't get to keep all of it. They're messing with his money type stuff, kind of making fun of him for that.
Wow.
So that was a big one.
Wow.
That was Drake's kind of get back to start things off. That's Drake's first round. So then Kendrick, about 3 weeks later, drops a song called Euphoria, which Euphoria, if you didn't, you've got to listen to that song. That song's very deep. That one was his kind of answer to it, which, on Euphoria, he kind of starts bringing up a couple things about Drake and his background and that kind of stuff. And then also does the same thing that Drake did, where he drops a second song on just Instagram only called 616 in LA, which 616 in LA is kind of a reference to how Drake titles some of his songs. He'll title it like 7 p.m. and let me see if I can. It's like 7 p.m. in New York and Philly, that kind of stuff.
So even the title, he's digging into the title.
With the title, and then and also on that song, it's where do I have it? Yeah, on that song, the cover picture is of a Maserati driving glove that's laid out on something you can't really see. All you can see is a Maserati driving glove, which, hey, Emmy, you need to go outside? All right, I'm going to let her outside, and then I'll pick up on that.
Joey will take a short break. This is good. It's actually good timing. I'm writing furiously the notes here because
you really just had to be there,
On the way home, I sampled just the basic, and I'm like, you guys saw my post, we
saw your text.
I'm like, oh my god, there were so many great ones, and the digs are so heavy.
No, some
Yeah.
of them are pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
And they are
That's
fun.
the best one though. Hey George, welcome in. This so George is in chat. This is another good friend from high school.
George, not Jorge.
No,
George.
George. Yeah, good friend from high school. Great
Georgie
coach.
boy.
He's someone that I really lean on for coaching advice and has taught me a lot. So that's
All right.
George for you.
I'll pay attention to comments while you talk.
Yeah. So getting back into it. So 616 in LA. I already said there was the driving glove as the picture, and he also released it only on Instagram, just like Drake did for his second song. And in this one, it kind of Kendrick talks about how, Drake allegedly was throwing money into the streets trying to get dirt on Kendrick for this rap beef. He's looking around trying to find it, and that nothing came back, and everything like that. And then started hinting at some of Drake's morals, and then of course starts talking about OVO, which is Drake's like little rap producing group that he owns, that he has a bunch of friends in and stuff, and starts talking about how, you know, that he, someone in OVO might be compromised and might be leaking him information on the rap stuff. So that Drake's information, someone in his circle doesn't actually like him, wants him to lose this rap battle, and is giving Kendrick some inside information. So that's kind of something that happens there that is going to show up later. That's a very important part on that song that he dropped, saying that someone in OVO is compromised, doesn't like you, and is feeding me information. And that's where the driving glove comes into play, because that is Drake's driving glove in the picture. Yeah.
Like golf driving glove or a race car driving glove?
Like a race car driving glove. His Maserati driving glove.
I'm familiar with those.
Yep. Yeah. So there's that. And then after that, a couple other rappers get into the beef. Rick Ross is one of them, the boss. Rick Ross, ASAP Rocky, Metro Boomin, who's a producer who produces a lot of songs for both of these guys. Gets involved in it, and
the producers.
Yeah, a few other people.
Wow. Man.
Appreciate that, George. Yeah, so they all get involved on Kendrick's side, trying to throw some shade at Drake. And so Drake gets a little mad, saying, oh, well, it's supposed to be a 1v1 type stuff. So then Kendrick, this is about a week later from when Kendrick dropped Euphoria, and 616 in LA the day after. Drake, about a week, 2 weeks later, something like that, super quick, drops Family Matters, which Family Matters, like George already said, is one of the best songs in this whole rap beef, in my opinion. It's got the best replayability. It's a very good song. Basically on that, Drake talks about how Kendrick is a domestic abuser, and some talks about how one of Kendrick's songs talks about how Kendrick was molested as a child, which isn't true if you listen to the song, but that's something that he starts hinting at. And then he also talks about one of the producers that Kendrick has, Dave Free. He's a producer slash co-writer in Kendrick's songs. Good friend of Kendrick, does all that stuff.
What was the last name? Dave what?
Free, Free.
Gotcha.
Dave Free starts talking about how he is actually Kendrick's son's real father, real biological father.
Wow.
And so all that stuff, none of this has any concrete evidence behind it, but it's a good song and it has all that stuff going on. And so then that gets Kendrick kind of riled up again, where he drops Meet the Grams literally 20 minutes after Family Matters drops. 20 minutes after. And in Meet the Grams, Kendrick talks about Drake, gets really into it, but then also disputes a couple things that was put out in Family Matters, which there's no way that you can write these lyrics, put the song together, do all the whatever it is where you're producing it and making the sound good and line up, that you're talking about that song 20 minutes after it came out. It was Family Matters is a 5.5 minute song.
Right.
So it would so obviously that 616 in Atlanta where he's talking about how OVO, someone in there might be compromised and might be selling information.
Wow.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay. Dude, so George is in the chat too. George is so me and Hugo, so just a disclaimer. Me and Hugo think, and the majority of the world think Kendrick won at the end of this. Okay. George is a Drake meat writer. It's either that or he's doing a great job being like rage baiting us into always saying that. But so yes, we'll get into the fake daughter stuff, and sure, he brought up a fake daughter thing in Meet the Grams, saying that Drake has another kid, which Drake doesn't. That was something that was fed to him from OVO, most likely. That was fake.
To put it into perspective too, Phil.
Yeah, talk about this.
Drake had a kid with a sex model of sorts.
Yeah.
And he hid it until I forget
it was Pusha
who
T.
leaked it. Oh, Pusha T.
So Drake
another
and
rapper
Pusha T had a
beef.
little rap beef, and Pusha T leaked that he had a son.
Yeah, so Drake had a kid, and like 2 years later, it got leaked that he had a kid because he didn't want like people to know, and then like because of that, he had to like address it. So he actually made a couple songs, and I forget which album it's on, but like in that album, in those songs, it might have been like First Person Shooter, but he made For All the Dogs. For All the Dogs, where he and actually the cover of that album is a drawing that his son did.
Yep.
And like in that he's like, oh, they leaked my son, but like basically like I'm still the best rapper in the fucking world, so it doesn't matter. It's funny, like how he's like, oh yeah, they revealed I had a son, but everybody still loves me. Like I don't care. I have my own opinion on the beef, but based on what Joey just said, I think I'll keep it to myself.
Yikes. Hey guys, it could be cutting off.
Can you hear me?
It shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, cool. I heard you.
I thought it was going to cut off. I'm plugged in. Sorry. Wow.
No, yeah.
Guys,
I was saying,
this is killer content. My computer is really freaking out.
I know we're going a little fast on it.
Alien. My wife would call it an alien grab, where shit just starts happening like digitally, and screens are like flashing in front of you.
Wow.
It was the alien grab. So anyway, apparently I escaped that.
Yeah, and George is in chat. He's definitely rage baiting in chat when he said Kendrick won ? He's done nothing since, and Drake has 3 albums out.
I'm not gonna lie, Joey.
Those albums are butt, dude. Yeah, and Kendrick doesn't do that. Kendrick drops every few years, sometimes 5 years, because he doesn't just make me like Drake. He does a great job selling albums, making music for for the younger generation. It's not my style of music. I don't think his music's very creative, but he does a very good job selling albums, and to do that, he drops a bunch of albums. And again, the 3 album thing, he dropped 3 albums on the same day, and it was to get out of it was to finish his obligations with his record label. It was to finish the obligations there, so he could finally be his own person. But yeah, cool. He's got some albums. Yeah. Okay, George. Okay. Yeah. So
I come from the older school where if Zeppelin or Aerosmith were doing albums, they didn't drop, and B, you had to go to the store and buy them.
Yep.
And there were times where bands got sporty and could do 2 albums in a year and put them out, but it was rare, and really they were no big rush. It took a long time to produce those things and record them, produce them. But of course,
well, Phil,
what's our favorite? But our favorite is Led Zeppelin. And didn't your dad see Led Zeppelin?
George, love you, brother. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by.
My dad?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Anyway, you have the jacket, but but
Phil,
that's for another.
you
Go
come
ahead.
from an era though. Phil comes from an era where rap beef didn't end until somebody was dead. So
Yeah,
little bit of a different story there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And I'm segueing. I'm just taking a slight break from the action, Joe.
Yes.
Joey, the fucking action is fucking
So
killer.
I
Man.
want to
I
let Joey.
apologize for going so quickly.
No, you're
No.
good. I
Yeah.
think you're doing fine. I think it's a good pace. I want to say, I don't want to stray from you finishing this.
Yeah.
However,
No, you're fine.
I will say I don't support the idea that Kendrick won the beef. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I don't
But
know. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to have
well,
Phil. So I'm trying to do this as unbiased as possible.
Yeah,
Um,
you are. You are. Yeah.
So
But you, yeah.
we'll see what Phil thinks afterwards. But again, if he says it's Kendrick, we might have to have a revote and have him kind of listen to all the songs. So just because
Yeah.
again, I
you
think
mean
he
Drake?
won it.
You mean Drake?
I I did sample on the way home. It fucking blew me away. I've never heard any of this stuff ever. And of course,
It was Not Like Us is the one that
when,
you listened to.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of them. When you pull them up, the top ones are their first two or three are not the scene. 3 or 4 or 5 is the situation you guys are talking about,
Right.
and I was absolutely entertained and stunned and driving and going, "Holy fuck, this is
And
so."
it's actually it's
It was
hilarious
so
because
cool. It was so cool.
both artists
Yeah.
have been making music for 15 years now, probably at least.
Right. Right.
And they each individually have a lot of great hits, but it's funny that this 2 to month long beef is still some of their most listened to songs.
Yeah.
Meaning in a 15-year career span of making music, what they released in 2 weeks was some of their most listened to music
Yeah.
because of the drama behind it.
Yeah. Which I love because I got to experience that just from the Spotify. Spotify is second to, actually, it's first to Spotify and YouTube are equal in their amazing fucking presence. It's like unbelievable. But I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've gotten through the timeline of First Person Shooter from Drake, where the big three is named. Then Like That by Future, where Kendrick says "fuck the big three." J. Cole
Wow.
jumps in, then says, "All right, no, I'm bowing out." Once Kendrick tells him, "Hey, this is bigger than what you think it is. Let me get him." Kendrick or Drake drops Push Ups, and then Taylor Made Freestyle, which is the AI song of Tupac, making fun of Tupac and making fun of Kendrick a little bit. So then Kendrick drops Euphoria, and then 616 in LA, making fun of Drake and talking about how OVO might be compromised and that they're giving him information on the songs. Family Matter drops, which is Drake talking about, what did I say? Drake talks about Kendrick being a domestic abuser with his wife slash fiance. She was his fiance. She's been his fiance for a couple years. That he was sexually assaulted as a kid, and that Dave Free, which is his co-writer and music creative, I guess is what you call it, is actually the real biological father of uh, what did I say? Real biological father of Kendrick's son. So that was Family Matters. 20 minutes later, like we already talked about, Meet the Grams comes out, which disputes some of the things that was in Family Matters, and then also talks about Drake being a sexual predator. Talks about his mother, raising a bad kid, and him wanting to be like his father, who his father is a murderer in prison and wasn't a father figure for him, but now he wants to be around him all the time. Drake wants him around, and then also brings up that he had a son that he hid, and now he has a daughter that he hid, which is that part is factually untrue. Kendrick said a factually untrue thing on there. I'll put my hand up. He messed up.
That's
He was
good
fed
enough.
bad information.
That's
So
super.
yes, yeah, because it would suck for him to have another kid that he didn't support or even let the world know existed.
Mhm.
And then that cover art for Meet the Grams is a zoomed out picture of the Maserati driving glove. That was Drake's Maserati driving glove. And with it, there's a jacket. Let me see if I can pull it up.
What? So while he's pulling it up, Will, it's very interesting that he chose Maserati. It's a class fucking cool car from Italy, but by no means is it the class fucking car from fucking Italy. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I mean, to each their own.
Lamborghini and Ferrari in fucking Italy.
I mean, the Maseratis, they're up there, bro.
They're super cool. They're super
we're pulling hairs a little bit saying all that. You're like, it's a Maserati, but it's not a Mercedes AMG. Like, it's a fucking Maserati, bro.
But cut to the chase, we all want a Porsche GT3 RS.
I don't know who we all is.
That's your ultimate fucking road car. Bottom line.
Ferrari 488 would beg to differ.
Yeah. But but
the La Ferraria would beg to differ.
But I'll go with the Porsche RS.
Well, you know what? Personally, fuck all this import shit. Get a McLaren G1. Have that sitting in the driveway.
Brooke and I have a shared interest in for McLarens.
Dude, the McLarens, they are
McLarens.
They are. I will like. They are on another level, man. They're on another level.
Yeah.
So on the screen, I'm sharing on the screen right now. That's the cover art for Meet the Grams.
Phil, bring his share screen in the stream.
Gotcha.
So that's the cover art. It's got the driving glove, as you can see, and then it's got some receipts, a shirt, and a couple prescriptions of pills that Drake takes and everything like that.
Oh my gosh!
But just to give the people a visual.
And so Drake did this?
No, Kendrick did this. That's all Drake stuff. That's what he's saying, that someone's giving him information, and this is kind of his proof for it.
It was so. I had it backwards. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
What are even the receipts?
The receipts are like things from him purchasing stuff at certain stores, I think.
Wow. Oh, I would have never guessed that, you jackass. I figured that much. I was just wondering, like, for what did he buy, like, that they had to show the receipts?
Brother, I don't know, okay?
So receipts are this thing that when you purchase something at a store, they give them to you.
I don't remember what it was, but it was just saying that, like, hey, I have stuff that you have. It was just a
don't be so
threat.
hard.
Yeah, it was just a threat, brother. And I don't think what was on the receipt actually mattered.
Joe, we don't know. Well, now we'll never know.
Joey, while you sip, hey, while you sip,
yes.
Here's the cheers, Laura. Here we go. All right. Will has nothing. No to sell.
So this.
I love you best, of course. You know.
Of course.
Well, he's my rock buddy.
He's his co-host. I get it. Hey, no shade there. So this is this is where I think it kind of flips towards Kendrick. Before it was back and forth. Drake wins the first round. Kendrick might win the second. You can call it a toss-up. But then at this point, he drops 20 minutes after Family Matters with some information, the cover art, saying, everything like that. So Kendrick's, in my opinion, this is when Kendrick starts to get a little bit of starts to get heated up, and where he's starting to take the lead. And so everyone's saying, oh man, just wait until Drake gets back on this. Just wait until Drake gets back. Well, the next day, the next day is Phil's favorite song from this. Kendrick drops a club banger called "Not Like Us," where
I heard that today on the way home. I heard
where
not. I
he
heard
talks
not like us on the way home.
about how
It
Drake
was
is
killer.
surrounded by pedophiles and basically goes after his whole crew. And it's not Not Like Us cover art.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
So it's not just
that was killer. That was. Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll share my screen one more time. But it's not like it's not like it's just that. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. It's not great. All right, I'm sharing my screen if you want to pull it up into the screen. But it's not just the fact that he said all this stuff, said that he's hanging around pedophiles. This is Drake's house. And all these are if you go on like a sexual predator map to see if there's any sexual predators around you, all these pop up. And this is Drake's house. And he's got all these marks saying, that there are predators and pedophiles located in here. And so it's one thing. Yeah, A minor. Yep, that's Miss Garcia's orchestra. Added that. So it it's one thing for him to go after him and his crew and say all this stuff in a song.
Crazy.
But it's a whole nother thing for him to turn it into a club banger that he knows people are going to play in the club, and to have a line where you say "certified lover boy," which is Drake's, like, that's his kind of motto. I think he had an album named that. Certified lover boy, more like certified pedophiles, and then to have the A minor thing that people scream in clubs.
A minor, and I listened to that. You guys heard that on the way home.
Yeah, and so for him to do that and a club banger, that ends it right there, because people like people are in the club dancing and singing along, calling you a pedophile to somebody who most of his music is made to play in the clubs. Like Kendrick's music is made to play listening to in the car with your boys, or listening in a room by yourself and kind of getting the lyrics. Drake makes music for the clubs. That's what he does.
Right.
And so for this to happen, you're kind of taking over his scene is another part of it. But so yeah, he goes after literally every single person in his small circle, says that some of them have drug problems, that somebody, which was true, one of his guys. Yeah, go ahead.
There was definitely references to cocaine and heroin. It was some heroin bump stuff, and I was like, I'm on my way home from work today, hearing some of these songs, and I'm like, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, talked about that.
Well, I just want to say, Will, we missed this time in life.
Who the fuck is we?
But go ahead.
Don't bring me into that.
No. Yeah, talked about that, and talked about
Miami days.
Talked about that. Talked about how one of his people who he hangs close with actually did. Is that Emmy? Okay, Emmy just went outside. Talks about how he actually went to prison for like doing something sexual with a minor. And then he still has him hanging around. He still has him on the payroll. What's up with that? And then eventually calls Drake a pedophile as well. And so at that point, I think Kendrick really won it, because he dropped that right after having his heat check with Meet the Grams, and it starts going his way. Drops that, and then if you think it's over, then that happened in October of 2024. Well, February of 2025 is the Super Bowl, and they picked Kendrick Lamar to be the Super Bowl halftime performer.
I remember, yeah.
And in the Super Bowl halftime, they told him, hey, do not play Not Like Us. It was kind of said, do not play it. He hinted at playing it, played a couple other songs, and then said, fuck it. played it. Everyone at the people at their house, but the whole stadium for the Super Bowl is singing "Not Like Us" at the Super Bowl halftime show.
It was pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
It was crazy. And so after that, that kind of, in my opinion, solidified it. And then to make matters worse, Drake ended up trying to sue Universal Music Group, which is the Kendrick label, suing them over the "Not Like Us" song, saying that it defamed him and everything like that. Yep, a defamation lawsuit, and it got dismissed about 10 months after that. So, yep,
settled. Well, mind you, Universal Music Group is when I played ACD's song, they're the ones that blocked the episode, the Dave Bendig episode, I think.
Yeah, they're a big group. Yeah. So that's it. That's the Drake Kendrick beef. After that, Kendrick dropped an album, but the album had nothing to do with that. He's done with it. Dropped his own album, and Drake did his. He dropped his 3 crappy albums that have like maybe 1 to 2 good songs throughout the whole 3 albums. But he was just trying to get out of his contract with them. So it makes sense.
Of course, they're both trying to survive. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm going to survive.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail. Wow. I sampled both of them on the way home, and I texted you guys, and you saw it.
Yep.
And I said, "Wow, this is just far out shit, great shit." Musically, it's brilliant. And lyrically, it's brilliant. And then, and here's somebody that's never listened to rap or hip hop other than Dr. Dre and Tone Loc. I go back to Tone Loc days.
Yeah,
that was cool shit. Only because my nephew was into Tone Loc, and then I think they did the what was the band that did Walk This Way with Aerosmith?
Oh, I don't know. That's a Will question.
Walk This Way with Aerosmith song. They did the rap artists that did Walk This Way.
Oh, let me look it up real quick. I know what you're talking about.
But it's not really that important. Actually, I'd rather talk about Turnstile. And well, actually, we should segue, and we'll call it the end of the episode. And then Joey.
DMC. Run DMC.
DMC.
And actually, really quickly before you continue or end the episode, talking about rappers and modern day or classic rock. Trippie Redd, famous, very, very famous rapper in of the new era, day and age, made a song and used Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne as his backing. And it's actually, the song is called Crazy Train, but with the K. I think you should listen to that song. It's a little bit more hardcore than a normal song, but it's good. Crazy Train by Trippie Redd with the K.
I'm writing it down right now.
And he uses like the original guitar riff like as the beat. It's pretty cool. There's a couple rappers that like did that where they use like some classic rock songs as their beat, but kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It kind of like a little bit of an homage to, because there's like a lot of rappers. There's been some rappers that publicly have come out and been like, honestly, like if you don't have a guitar or a pianist or something like that in your music or like a bass, like it's not real music. Like some rappers, they use guitar still like for their beats and stuff like that.
Right. Real time. So, folks, the show's over, but this is the after.
Thanks,
party.
Joey. Thank you, Joey, for your rundown.
But don't hang up. This is the after party.
Phil, in your opinion,
are we gonna go to fucking Shaky Knees? I need a read tomorrow because the tickets are not gonna last forever.
I gotta continue my
Randy
mindset of rolling over it. I've been busy. Been busy,
I
man.
know. I know.
Busy guy.
Yeah.
But Phil, I know we said the episode's over, but we still haven't gotten the big old question out of the way, which is, who do you think won? After hearing the story, who do you think won? Was it Drake or was it Kendrick? And you have no ties to either of these rappers. You don't know their music really. You don't know their history.
He also hasn't heard the songs though. He's heard what I've said the songs are about, but yeah.
And you bias a little bit to Kendrick at the end, but I feel like for the most part you can make a pretty unbiased opinion based on what you just heard.
Sure.
So
it's a draw. It's a draw because I cannot conclude one way or the other.
But draw.
I listened to Kendrick.
Never seen a draw on a rap beef.
I listened to Kendrick on the way home, and I listened to Drake first, and then I listened to Kendrick, and I'm like, damn, there's something soulful about his shit.
Without pissing off Joey too much,
musically, I think it's Kendrick.
You're gonna get Hugo mad. That's the problem.
Without pissing off Hugo or Joey too much, I'm gonna say this. I personally just don't really like Kendrick. I think he's just kind of like a whiny fuck.
But I think he's kind of original.
Yeah, like no, Kendrick's credit, like his music is good. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike Kendrick Lamar's music. I don't like Kendrick Lamar. I don't like his person. I don't like Kendrick Lamar.
Why do you not like his person?
Yeah. Because I think he's a whiny fucking bitch. I think he's a whiny bitch. He complains about fucking everything, and he's complained about everything since the beginning of his fucking career. And this whole shit with him being like, oh no, I can compete with Drake and J. Cole. I'm the best. Bro, like, that's you just wanting to suck their dicks. Like, you want to be on their level, and you're jealous of it, which is why you have this complex to prove that you're on their level. You know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong. Like I said, like, Kendrick is a great rapper. If he could just keep his fucking ass humble, I probably would like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I don't like his fucking person. And I'm not saying Drake's a saint. And I'm not saying Drake's also not egotistical as fuck. But I'm just saying I don't really like Kendrick already. So like that's why I feel like and I feel like Kendrick with Kendrick getting the information and shit from like OVO, like, I mean, bro, like, isn't that kind of backhanded, like that's
part of it. Drake dropped hundreds of thousands of dollars to try to find dirt and couldn't find any. But that's what you do in a rap beef, is you try to do that stuff. You try to find
know, man. I don't know. I think Drake's like, well, it's actually
so you actually don't like Kendrick, and that's literally what's making you say Drake.
It's actually physically confirmed. Phil, I'm gonna say this. We don't have to worry about monetization. Drake's dick got leaked on the internet.
Empty? What the fuck?
I think he leaked it himself, and I don't think it was a real penis. But we can get into that at another time.
Honestly, that's true. Like, I wouldn't fucking deny it.
But if it is,
I literally think Drake has the bigger dick. So like, I think he wins.
I mean, Kendrick's also like 5'4", so yeah.
At the end of the day, there's also a conspiracy too, which like I don't 100% negate. And the conspiracy being that like I think the beef was set up. Like, I think they both, like, I don't think it was as real as people say it is. Like, I mean, to be fair, like, obviously they both kind of went to extreme lengths to do what they did. So yes, like, it's pretty. There's a lot of empirical evidence suggesting that it wasn't fake. But like how Joey said, the fact that they would release shit within like hours and it was a direct response to what they just said, like, regardless of whether Kendrick said he was getting information or not.
They didn't do that. They didn't. For the record, they didn't do that. Kendrick did that.
Well, that's what
they didn't do that. Drake never did that. For the record, Drake never did that. Kendrick did that. Kendrick's the one that was dropping right after Drake, disputing what Drake said.
I still think that that's like way too coincidental, regardless of how. Like, what do you mean? Like, are you gonna tell me that Kendrick's getting inside information? What is he like working directly with his producer, making the music? Like, is he like writing his song based off the song that Drake just wrote? Like, I just don't believe that could be true. Even like, I just think that's way too coincidental. Like I feel like if Drake was having Kendrick respond to him, it was intentional. Like being like, "Oh, I'm gonna write this shit. You make a response to it. Let's keep this beef moving." Because it upped their fucking numbers like crazy. It at the end of the day, it helped both of these
At
rappers.
the end of the day,
Like at the end of the day, both of these rappers like got way publicity, whether bad or good publicity. It ups their numbers, so like it's good for them to continue beefing. You know what I mean? And like, not to say that some of it might not be genuine, but I feel like in that specific scenario, there so much just happened in such a short amount of time. I'm like, there's no way there wasn't some coordination involved, regardless of leaks, regardless of Kendrick getting info. Like,
So
I don't know.
I'll agree with you with one thing definitely is that this was great for the rap game. Rap was starting to get stale. It was, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion out there. Rap was starting to get stale.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Keep going.
Rap was starting to get stale, and then this really helped reinvigorate the rap community. So I'll agree with you that it was a positive for them and for whether it was intentional or not. It was a positive for both of them and for the rap game as a whole. Getting to a couple comments, which we'll have to get to whenever Phil gets back, is Hugo has a song, a band recommendation called Mana, which is a Spanish rock band. They got the best concerts that he's ever went to was Scorpions with his father, Alfredo, and they were awesome. So he wants he wants Phil to listen to him. I'm gonna listen to him when we get off of this, and I think next episode next week when he's by himself, he should definitely talk about it. He also said that George loved that Drake leak. George, my friend, who's a big Drake fan, loved the Drake leak.
Country music is good.
Oh yeah,
Country
you
music
did
is
start
good.
listening to country music a couple years ago because of that.
I've listened to country my whole life, so I can at least agree with Hugo on that.
I will say
like Kendrick.
Hugo listens to everything, bro. We sit there and we
It's
listen.
not bad.
We listen to Hispanic music, whether it's like the Hispanic, like kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. Like there's that Hispanic pop music, listen to a little bit of that, and then there's the Hispanic. It's not. I wouldn't call it rock. I don't know what I'd call it, but I don't want to be
Like kind of
racist
like
and say the
traditional, like
mariachi.
traditional. Yeah. Like I know what you mean. Like it's
The
more like traditional guitarist
which
with like maybe like winds or something.
that stuff's fire. That
It
stuff
is.
so good. I
Like
wish I understood what they
Mexican
were saying.
style
Yeah.
music is good. I actually I don't really listen to a lot of Spanish music. Like I have and I do because I'm from Miami, but like
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of artists personally, but I've put on stations or like even on Spotify like of Spanish music and I've like listened to it and I enjoy it, but I just don't know Spanish well enough to know like songs well enough, and then yeah, just not my cup
Hugo
of tea.
says
Really.
it's called corridos or something like that.
Corridos.
Yeah, that's what that kind of music's called. Honestly, Hugo might be a nice guest artist for like a Hispanic cultural Latin music one of these days, but
That would
yeah, I
definitely
mean,
be cool to
Hugo
like
listens to
branch
rap.
out.
Yeah, start branching out. Dude, again, we got to get the Beat Brothers on here. I've said it before, but Beat Brothers, they're a Central Florida group.
Oh yeah.
Good buddies
Weren't
with
they
them.
named something else before that?
So their name now is the 91s.
The 91s. Yeah.
They were the Beat Brothers, and they mostly do covers of like the Beatles and that kind of music, but they also make their own music. There's a couple songs that I love of their original music. Shoot, can't remember what it's called, but it's probably called like Rock Tonight or something like that, and that one's so good. We're gonna rock tonight. Everybody loves the feeling. Oh yeah, we're gonna rock tonight. Everyone sing away. That song, fire. That's like my favorite song by them. That's a great song. It might be called Rock and Roll. I don't remember what it's called. Tonight We Rock. So I don't remember what it's called, but that's a fire song. But hey Phil, we've got a music band recommendation for you to listen to once we get off of this. It's called.
Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, you got to write it down.
I wrote. Will, you got a shirt, and mine is Real Madrid,
Okay.
and the back is
Is it not Ronaldo?
fucking Ronaldo.
It is. Oh, he's been sucking this World Cup.
Yeah, so far, yes, that's a true statement.
Yep.
That's why I didn't showcase it at the beginning.
All right, Will, showcase your shirt.
I am wearing a Monster Energy Super Motocross AMA Championship shirt, which I bought in Tampa, Florida, 2 years ago. I didn't go see a Supercross race this year, and I am devastated by that.
Wow.
But pretty cool shirt. Yeah, I actually don't know who this rider is. It might not be. It could be Tomac, Eli Tomac.
Wow.
Who has been a sentinel in the sport. He's won multiple championships. He's very, very good. But yeah, that's what I'm wearing today.
Joey, what do you have a LX contract shirt?
No. I'm wearing my Countdown Scouting Network shirt. Go ahead and subscribe to Countdown Scouting Network on YouTube.
Nice.
If you like college football, NFL football, and the NFL
Nice.
draft, we will be starting that back up, starting with summer scouting, coming in the next month. Maybe.
Wow.
Yeah,
we're
me and
planning
Joey
on it.
will be co-hosting that, and
No, you will not.
Just invited myself to another podcast.
So I haven't done one the last 2 years, but I've been keeping up with the draft. But basically, 3 years ago was my highest number of scouting reports that I did. I did 232 scouting reports. Year before that, I did about 151. And before that, it was like 45. So I got up to about 252, which if you watch the NFL draft and you get to day 3 and you say, I don't know who these players are, I could tell you everything about them. The small school kids, Eli Proctor, the edge rusher from Cal Poly, those kinds of guys. The problem is when you're watching that many players, you end up watching a bunch of honestly, you watch a bunch of bad football, and it gets to a point where it's a little hard to get through, and you're like, why am I watching this? Maybe there's something that can flash. But yeah, so go ahead and subscribe to that if you guys are interested. I'd appreciate that greatly. And I'm hoping to get that started back up again, but no promises. So
this is why, Joey, you're a great coach, because you dig so deep into and see a lot. And that Jimmy Page did the same thing. He cut his teeth in the studios in London, when he was a session guy, 66, 67, before Zeppelin was born. And this is what makes great. This is what makes Jimmy Page's. So you're on the you're on the track of Jimmy Page. Well, I know that's a stretch, but
no, I get it, and I appreciate the comparison for sure. So that's a humbling, very humbled to get that comparison. I appreciate that greatly.
So Mark came into the Cube, and your picture was your picture that we're signing is still on your desk, and he came in and said, he's like, so is he not going to take it? Is he not going to take it home?
And then I'll take it. I don't know if I'm moving cubes yet. You know, they haven't told me. They told me that there's a chance I do, there's a chance I don't. And so if I do, I don't want to bring everything over and then I'll be on a cruise, have them move it. You know, so
right.
Yep, I'm keeping it there so you guys remember me a little bit.
Oh shit, dude. So Mark like joined in on the fun there, and we were like, No, he's going to come back for it. And I made up a story on the impromptu. I said Anastasia and Annalise want to come back and sign it, and that's why he left it here.
There you go. There you go.
The chicks want to sign this thing.
People that are out of state now.
Put their fingerprints on it.
Yep.
But all right, guys, I think that was a
All
pretty
right.
successful episode.
All
I think
I-
we can call it
agree.
here to hour 40.
Yeah, so
Um,
far we've only missed 7 picks of the NBA draft, so that's good.
You gonna hop on that, Dre?
Yeah, I'm about to start watching it.
All right. Yeah, I got some stuff I got to take care of here around the house.
I'm going on the porch and jamming out and try to keep it down for the wild.
Oh yeah, listen
Listen-
to Mana. It's a Spanish rock band called Mana.
Ah,
Listen to Mana, Spanish rock band, and listen to Crazy Train by Trippie Redd.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you're gonna like that song, but I'd like for you to give it a chance.
Yeah, and listen to Rock Tonight by the Beat Brothers band.
I can only
three
write
songs.
down-
Listen
Alright.
to a song from Mana, a song from Crazy Train, and a song from the Beat Brothers.
Beat Brothers. All right.
Or they might be called the 91s.
They're called the
So-
Beat Brothers during that song though, so it might stay. I don't know.
Okay. If you can't find the Beat Brothers, look for the 91s.
Yeah, the 91s.
Wow. I like that.
But thank you, Joey, for coming on here as a guest.
Yes.
We
Thank
we
you guys
wanted
for letting
him
me
to
on.
do this for a while, but we just never really could find like a topic that was great for him. He's not super big on classic rock and or
I'm-
rock and or
and I'm-
jazz.
I'm camera shy as well, so
He's also a very very shy little cute guy, you know. But
Somewhat.
yeah, well,
somewhat shy or somewhat cute.
Both.
the clog sticking there. Yeah, but
why did it take him so long to try to find the right answer?
because he was trying to figure it out himself.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that was a good
I know,
episode. It was interesting. I actually didn't know like some of the details that you said, and it's crazy because like I listened to that stuff when it was coming out, but I like forgot maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
It was
yeah,
killer.
that was cool. That was cool to talk about. We're only 2 years late, so not too bad, but better late than never. Thank you, Hugo. Good
Hugo,
night to
love
you
you,
as
brother.
well. Get some
Cool.
good rest.
Anybody
and,
hanging?
Mia
Yeah.
Moore.
It turns out I have people that watch that isn't a parent. They don't show up as a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But I think they can go clandestine as far as talking about.
Yo.
And so, guys, super cool. Joey,
Thanks, Phil. Thanks for letting us shift the podcast for the week so we can get it
Rock and roll.
in with Joey.
Yep.
Willie,
Appreciate the flexibility.
Joey,
appreciate both of ya.
other than the cruise, come to us. Come with us to Shaky Knees in September.
I'll just listen to it on the podcast, man. I appreciate it.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
you would enjoy that.
booking tickets. So it's either 2 or 3. So let us
Yeah,
know.
it's gonna be 2. It's gonna be 2. I don't like crowds, man.
It might be 0.
Could potentially
Throwing
be
that
0,
out there, but
0, 1, or 2.
0, 1, or 2.
Alright.
It's always an option.
I have,
Alright,
to,
guys.
I have to shrink this down to disconnect. All right, guys.
All right. Peace out.
Yeah,
Good
thank you,
good end to
guys.
season 2. Good end to
Yeah.
season
Yep.
2.
Cube dudes for life.
End of episode. End of
It's end of something.
Season.
2.
Yep.
And beginning of 3. And happy cruise.
Happy cruise. All righty.